I owe you guys an apology. Now, it's not the normal apology where I apologize for something that I did wrong. This is an apology where I lied on someone or I said something to someone and it was rude, disrespectful. But you guys got to understand, I'm a very focused person. Recently, it's happened about 4 or 5 times and I haven't talked about it because I felt like it wasn't important, but I keep experiencing it, so I'm going to talk about it. You guys are seeing me in public and you guys are realizing who I am, and some of you guys are just saying hi from a distance. Some of you guys are walking up and I can see you coming. And first and foremost, I want to say I'm a good guy. Well, I'm not a nice guy, I'm a good guy. So I give respect 100%. I'm always giving respect first and expecting it in return. I want people to reciprocate the energy that I put out. So I'm aware of you guys walking up, coming slowly and approaching me. What I'm not used to is immediately understanding that it's because of YouTube. So my initial interpretation of this interaction is people may remember me from somewhere. Like I said, I worked a lot of jobs. I worked a lot of bullshit jobs. We call it bullshit jobs. These jobs helped me. They were my foundation. I call it foundational jobs. I didn't care what it was. So I see a lot of people who I may not remember immediately, but after they approach and we have a conversation, it then comes back to my mind and I immediately remember where I know them from, where we may have worked together. It's not immediately YouTube. My perception is not YouTube. But it goes to show who I am and who you guys are. This isn't for clout, man. I know it's validating, and I already admitted that. But initially, in the previous video, I talked about it's a lot of things I'm gonna say that a lot of people may not agree. Most importantly, I'm always taking into consideration that what my children will watch this video. My children will see these videos. My son one day will grow up and say, wow, look at Pops. I don't know when I'm going to perish. I don't know when I'm going to drop dead, 6 feet under. But guess what I may have to leave outside of some type of money, a trust fund, and some investments for my children, specifically my son. These videos. He will always be able to come back and say, look at Pops. Okay, I don't agree with Pops on this, but this is what Pops stood. What I do like about Pops is he speaks his mind. He's respectful, but he still may piss some people off. This is why I do it. Now, I know I'm influencing some people, but I don't want to be of influence. What I want to be is like a representation. Some of you guys say I'm masculine. Look, I'm almost a replica of my father, but I did some tweaks. You know, you're going to create a player. So I took everything my father gave me, and now I'm just tweaking a little bit because what do I always say? I'm living in a time my dad didn't live in. My 32 years old is not my dad 32 years old era. I'm living right now. So I've adjusted what my father taught me. But when I see you guys in public, say what's up. I appreciate that. But give me some time to get used to that because this isn't some clout. I'm not a damn celebrity. I'm not going to ever walk around like some fucking celebrity. Let's just get that clear. You guys may see me eventually with my wife and children. So understand that. I'm a father, I'm a husband first. But I do express my experiences and my mindset and how I attack life. And I know somebody can find some type of value in that. So please, just bear with me. But I want to apologize. Danny, I saw Danny at a grocery store. Danny walked over. He said, what's up? Shook Danny's hand. I was over there getting some food for me and my kids, my wife. And Danny walked up on me. And I didn't even really know what to say. But asked him his name. He said he watched my content. Appreciate everything I do. I said, man, I appreciate you. Asked him his name, Danny. I told you I was going to shout you out. It took me a while. But I didn't forget. I keep my word. Rodney, I seen Rodney out in Palmdale. I was doing some work. I'm in California. I seen Rodney in Palmdale. Palmdale is like 2.5 hours from where I live. Me and Rodney shook hands. It was crazy because I was like, how the hell does Rodney know me? Rodney walked up on me. Hey, man, you do YouTube? I said, yeah, I immediately knew. But when he was approaching me, I had already saw him. I was aware of him walking up to me. I knew his direct path was to me. But I was thinking to myself, where have I worked with this guy? Where does he know me from? Because, I'm not used to this yet. But I can see that it will possibly continue, especially if I continue to grow. If I'm fortunate enough. If God bless me to keep growing, so be it. If I stop right here where I'm at, I'm already grateful. I told you guys, my first subscriber was my wife. I didn't even think I was going to get to 100. When I got to 100, I was like, damn, it took long enough. And then out of nowhere, I started to just take off. I'm fortunate, but I'm not taking it for granted. I'm going to ride this train as long as I can. But also, if I was to ever leave my son can come back and watch these videos. That's why I'm always coming with the mindset, that aggression. I know you guys appreciate that, but I would need my son to understand you don't need to be aggressive towards people as much as you need to be aggressive towards life, because life will smack you around. Money, experiences, women, bills, people disrespecting you, but it's not physical, so don't respond physically, respond mentally. You got to walk away from a lot of things. You don't know what somebody have in their back pocket. Some of you guys got to walk away from women. You don't know a woman's intentions. You ladies, some of y'all got to walk away from men. You don't understand their intentions. You understand what I'm saying? So don't apologize to people. Except, well, I would say apologize, but accept that you apologizing to heal, to move on. It's for you. It's not for them. So what I meant to say was, don't apologize for being wrong. Apologize so you can move on. You understand what I'm saying? Let me run that back again. Don't apologize for being wrong, because you may be right. Apologize so you can move on. We don't know when we're going to perish. I'm pumping out content every day. I'm working crazy every day. Sometimes I don't sleep that much, but oftentimes I do get my 8 hours of sleep. I know you guys are concerned with my health. Listen, I'm going for it all. But in doing so, I'm forgetting what comes with that. What if Danny becomes somebody successful one day and my son need a job? You know, for whatever reason, something doesn't go my way, and he may, who knows? My son may need to work for Danny's son. I saw Rodney a truck driver. Rodney may own a damn trucking business one day. I may be able to come and invest in his company. We might be able to work together. I saw a guy at Target. I don't know his name. He didn't actually say his name, but when he walked up on me, he was saying as in, you had a lot of work to do today. And I was just like, yeah, you know, I'm always working. And he just shook my hand. I was just like, wait a minute. And then it clicked. He probably referring to me always talking about working on my videos. And then I realized his family was looking at me crazy, because he probably had said, like, yeah, I follow that guy on YouTube. I believe he was showing his family the phone, and then they looked at me, and I was just like, oh, yeah, YouTube. You know what I mean? But I'm not used to that, because I didn't start this for the fame. It was more of I felt it was a necessity for the environment. You guys are telling me I have a lot to offer. Some of you guys saying no matter black, white, Asian, Hispanic, I'm helping young men. Even men that's older than me are giving me my props. Just understand, all that stuff fuels me to keep going. And let me tell you this, if I ever make a mistake, don't feel the need to correct me because I'm a bad person. My intentions is always fluent. It's pure. I may not say it how you want me to say it. It may not be comfortable. It may make you uncomfortable. But I promise you, every time I try to deliver some type of message, it's something in there that's valuable, because it's either I went through it and I was the dumbass. As I stated, some of these videos is me how I talk to my son. I was that idiot. I'm vulnerable. I tell you. I was broke. I tell you guys all the time, I was in debt. I made a lot of dumb decisions. I was the one chasing ass. I was the one who wanted all the women. And at some point in time, I was that guy that had a lot of women. That shit did nothing for me. It did absolutely nothing. And having daughters did change my life. And I'll make another video about that. But at some point you mature. I think I matured a lot earlier than people around me. Somebody asked me, when did you start to lock in and take life serious? Around 24, 25. But I give that to my father. My father was always, stop with the bragging, stop with the boasting, stop feeling like you're on top of the world. You haven't done shit yet. This is what my father did to me, and I remembered. So even though I was being a rebellious asshole, dumbass, myself, not anybody else, me, when life started to hit, I said, okay, I got to tighten up. I gotta be a different representation for not only my community, but for myself. I have to look out for me first. When people see me, a lot of people can associate me with just the black community, black people, but you're judging me. So I have to give you something to judge. I had to give you the representation of what I want you to at least ideally seek when you look at me. What do I present when I'm in your presence? I start to move like that. Yeah, I'm a big black guy. A lot of you guys see me. I'm tall. I'm 6'4", with shoes on. I'm probably 6'5", 6'5 and a half. At the end of the day, don't ever feel the need that you guys can approach me. Because although my dad taught me to be tough, I can use my size, I am strong as fuck, I'm a good guy. I'm the one that will go help the old lady cross the street. You put your hands on an old woman, I'll look around and see who's watching, I will probably beat your ass. But that's out of respect for the elders. But I'm also aggressive with my success. Sometimes I don't listen to old people because they're not living in my time. They're 30 years old, as I said with my father. My father was born in the 60s. His 30s was in the 90s. I was born in the 90s. It's a different 30. Life moves quick. We adapt quick. Y'all see what's going on. Some of you guys don't want me to talk about politics. I talk about politics because it's going on in society. This is going to help young men, regardless of how much I motivate you, how much educational content I try to put out, how much mindset, the approach of how you are supposed to attack, controlling your mind, self-control, emotional intelligence. You have to be aware, at least somewhat, of what's going on politically because people make moves. Money is always involved. We want morals to represent society. It's economics. People come from other countries to America because of the economy. Even on its worst day, its worst session, its worst recession, its greatest depression, who's still coming? People from other countries. So if you in America understand, I'm always trying to motivate you to go get it. It's not just money. Health is wealth. God damn it, you better get your ass up and you better go and work out. You better focus on something that's gonna prolong your health, your longevity as far as your life goes. But when we're 70, what do we want to be? You still want to be working at Walmart? You still want to be working at Target? It's not a knock to those people. Use those people's situation to motivate you to do things a little bit differently. Because if you don't, you're not, all right, we're all unique. We're not special. Life will whoop any of our ass. So if you think you're going to be some guy that's just going to wing it and relax, you're going to be some woman that's just going to wing it and relax. You know, the ladies, it's a little, I'm sorry, I'm not a misogynist. I'm not a sexist, but I think it's a little bit different for women. But for the men, specifically for the men, because I'm a man, if you think you special to the point where you're not going to work and things are not going to happen later on and you're going to wish, damn, I wish I was 40 again. You're going to be 80 years old wishing you was 40. Right now, people wish they can go back to when they was 20. Oh, I was super athletic. I could do this. I could jump off a third-story building. Look, I talk to 60 and 70-year-olds that wish they can go back to being 40, 45. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all are in your 20s, bro. Do you understand how much you can get ahead if you just stop worrying about how you feel? If you stop chasing women, I know they beautiful. I see them all the time. Self-control. You gotta lock in. When people say lock in, you gotta go deeper than just what's on the surface. What's underneath that surface? How are you gonna build your foundation? What bricks you gonna lay? Are you gonna lay some wood? Or are you gonna lay bricks? Are you gonna fill that shit up with concrete, cement? Or are you gonna try to just throw some rocks in there? Now don't get me wrong, wood and rocks, it'll get the job done. But bricks and cement, goddamn. Put your tie beam in there, a column. This is that construction with my father talking. That foundation, to build that strong foundation, you got to go hard. You have to go hard. But when you guys see me, say what's up. That's dope. That's cool. That's raw. You know, I'm from Florida, boy. We say raw when I was growing up. That's raw. That's lit. We say lit now. That's raw, man. That's cool. I would have never thought people would see me in public and say what's up like that. But if I'm a little bit thrown off upon your approach, just know it's because I'm not just thinking, oh, I'm some big YouTuber. It doesn't even cross my mind up until you guys say it. So I want to say that, man. I apologize if I ever made anybody uncomfortable. I do shake everybody's hand. Nobody has walked away without shaking my hand. And only one guy didn't ask what his name was because it just wasn't clicking. I was in the heat of the moment. But he know who he is if he's watching. You saw me at Target. Shout out Rodney. You saw me in Palmdale. Danny, saw you at Stater Brothers. Saw you at the grocery store. I forgot the other gentleman's name. I think it was Jose. Saw me at Stater Brothers at the grocery store. You guys say what's up, man. It's a few other people. You guys know who you are. That's crazy. That's dope. And look, I'm here with you. I'm doing this right here with you. Every day we got to get up. We got to do it. We fighting. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to win this war, this battle for us. It's going to be us walking out there, approaching our fears, looking fear right in the eye and saying, fuck you.